Good morning, students. How are you all? Today we are going to study about warping process. So, what is warping process? Where does it come? Where does it have place in weaving? What is its role? What is the function of the warping? And what are the end products? And how the end products are used in weaving? So I am Shekhar Gaddam from Sirsilla Government Polytechnic College, Rajanna Sirsilla district. My college name is SRRS GPT, Sri Rajarajeshwara Swami Government Polytechnic, Rajanna Sirsilla. So coming to the subject. In the warping process, there are two processes. There are two kinds of warping processes. One is beam warping and the other one is sectional warping. So these two are the topics that we will study today and tomorrow. Beam warping and sectional warping. Actually, what is warping? Warping is a procedure between winding and weaving. So you all know winding, which means autoconer, where winding is done and cones are formed. Autoconer cones are formed. Nowadays, these autoconers are also called as link coners. So, autoconers are link coners. They produce cones. These cones weigh around 2 kg. 2 kgs is the weight of the cones. So this is the end product of the winding process. Actually, winding, warping, sizing, beaming and looming, these are all come under weaving preparatory topic. So weaving preparatory contains winding, which means both warp winding and weft winding, and warping, and then sizing, and then beaming, and then looming. So in the coming 4 days we will study beam warping, sectional warping, beaming or looming, which means drawing in procedure, denting in procedure, both combined in one topic, that is known as automatic drawing in procedure and then sizing procedure. So these four topics we will study in 4 days. These 4 days will contain the topics of weaving preparatory. What does the term weaving preparatory mean? Weaving, if you go for a wedding, you prepare beforehand, makeup and prepare physically, mentally, and all these things. Similarly, before weaving, the warp and weft has to be prepared. It has to be prepared by the workers for weaving so that a proper cloth with good quality is formed. So this is the weaving preparatory process. I am telling you one more time. Weaving preparatory contains winding, warping, sizing, beaming and looming. So these are the 5 processes that are under weaving preparatory. So in the coming 4 days we will study winding. We don't study here in this subject. Weaving, warping we study, beam warping and sectional warping, and then automatic drawing in machine, like drawing in procedure, in which we will study automatic drawing in also. And after that, sizing procedure, so how a size is applied. So these 4 topics will conclude the first unit of the first part of the FM1 lab. So warping, beam warping machine. Aim of the experiment. The aim of the experiment is to know the parts of the mechanism. Actually, there are very less number of parts in the warping machine, beam warping machine. There is one creel and some tensioning devices, pressure roller, and then beam warping. Next, to learn construction and working of the mechanism. How a beam warping machine runs and forms a beam, warper's beam. How is it formed? So this is the aim of the experiment. We can also simply analyze dismantling and assembling procedure also, because that will help you in arranging creel for the beam warping procedure. So how a creel is adjusted, how a creel is arranged, and then how the ends are tied onto the reed in between, and then also onto the roller, warper's beam. So this is the aim of the experiment. Principle of the experiment. The warping process is intermediate between the winding and sizing processes. It produces the warper beams that are combined together as a single weaver's beam in the next process of sizing. A warper beam may contain about 500 to 1000 warp ends. Principle of the experiment. The warping process is, I am reading one more time. The warping process is intermediate between the winding and sizing process. It produces the warper's beams that are combined together as a single weaver's beam in the next process of sizing. A warper beam may contain about 500 to 1000 warp ends. beam warping machine, principle of the experiment. The warping process is intermediate between the winding and sizing process. This I have already told you. Winding means autoconer or link corner, where number of ring bobbins are combined together to form a cone of very high length and weight. The weight of the cone is around 2 to 2.25 kgs. 2 kgs to 2.25 kgs. So this is in between, warping is in between winding and sizing. That means winding is done and then warping is done and then sizing is done. So it produces the warper beams that are combined together as a single weaver's beam. Number of warper beams are produced which are combined together by a process called as sizing, and a single weaver's beam is produced after sizing. The warper beams that are produced in warping section, warping shed, warping workshop, where number of warper beams are combined together. They are combined together and size is applied, and then a single weaver's beam is produced from the warper's beams. So these warper beams are placed on, number of warper beams that are produced in warping section are placed on different kinds of creels like over and under creel, inclined creel, V creel, and all these things. So similarly, a creel is generally, it is a stand, a machine where feed material or raw material can be positioned or can be placed. So this is about warping, principle of the warping. A warper beam may contain about 500 to 1000 warpings. A warper beam, any warper beam generally contains 1000 warpings, 1000 to or more warpings. Principle of the experiment is continued. The direct or beam warping is suitable only for grey or monocolored valves that require sizing. It involves only one operation, namely warping, and hence the speed and production are considerably higher than sectional warping. The machine consists of a creel, a headstock, and control devices. The direct or beam warping, this principle is continued. The direct or beam warping is suitable only for grey or monocolored valves that require sizing. So dear students, please observe two statements here. Beam warping is also called as direct warping. The next topic that we are going to study, sectional warping, that is known as indirect warping. So direct warping is equal to beam warping, indirect warping is equal to sectional warping. Direct warping or beam warping is suitable only for monocolored warps. What is monocolored warps? That means mono means single. Single colored warps or grey warps that require sizing. So direct warping is suitable only for single colored warps or grey colored warps or monocolored warps, which compulsorily should undergo sizing. It involves only one operation, namely warping. Here only warping is involved, and hence the speed and production are considerably higher than sectional. So the speed and production of beam warping is considerably higher than sectional warping. The machine consists of a creel, a headstock and control devices. The beam warping machine consists of a creel, a headstock and control devices. So dear students, this is a schematic diagram of beam warping machine. Here you see simple parts: creel, press roller, flanged beam. These are the simple parts. Flanged beam means on which warping is done. So what is actually warping? A continuous length of yarn is wound onto the beam, which is known as warper's beam, and that facilitates in next further processes like sizing and weaving. This is known as warping procedure. So please observe that there is a creel. Here you can observe that creel, those circular things are called as cones. So different cones are placed over the creel, and from the creel the warp is drawn through the thread guides and tensioning devices, which are not shown in the diagram. Thread guides and tensioning devices, and then passes through a simple adjustable reed and then onto the press roller and then onto the flanged beam. Flanged beam means it is something similar to that looks like charkha that we use on kite festival. During the kite festival, where kites are flown around in the air by the help of charkhas. Those charkhas will have two flanges at the two ends. So those things are known as flanges. So flanged beam. So a flanged beam looks like a cherka, simply like a cherka, but it is very big in magnitude. Cherka looks like cherka, we can hold it in one hand, but this warper's beam is very big and it is around 1 to 1.5 meters. So I will show you the different kinds of creels. So this is, please observe, beam warping machine. This is creel. So this is known as V creel. So please observe, that is a wooden frame and the cones are placed in a V shape, and the cones are from each cone end the warp yarn is drawn through the thread guides and tension guides, and all these, suppose there are 8 cones here, and all the 8 warp ends are passed through the reed, and then they are wound onto the warper's beam. So this is one kind of creel known as V creel. So dear students, please observe, this is rectangular creel. Here the cones are arranged in a rectangular fashion, and similarly you can observe that from each cone a warp end is drawn through it, and then it passes through the reed. This is magazine creel. So far we have seen V creel, where the creel is in the shape of a V, alphabet V, and a rectangular creel, and we have seen rectangular creel. Now we are observing here in this diagram magazine creel. Magazine creel is generally defined as a reserve creel. So you can see that reserve cone is present on the creel, where the tail end of the reserve cone, the tail end of the running creel is connected to the tied to the reserve cone warp end, so that warping process is continuous. The warping process should be continuous, so that there won't be any defects in weaving. So for the weaving to be effective and good quality, and for the good quality cloth to be produced on the weaving machine, the warping should be done continuously. That means the reserve cone is tied to the exhausted cone's tail end, and thereby continuity of the warp yarn is maintained, so that the breakages and faults will be reduced. So we have seen V creel and rectangular creel and also magazine creel. So dear students, this is the diagram we have seen. Here we have seen beam warping machine where creel is there, and we have seen different kinds of creels. They are V creel and rectangular creel and magazine creel. So this is the diagram of the beam warping machine. Now you see the beam warping machine, picture of the beam warping machine, where you can see that the brown colored thing is the warp, and the two circular big things that are present are called as flanges, and that is the warper's beam. And you can see that the warp ends are coming from the creel. So from the creel the warp ends are drawn through. You can see number of warp ends are drawn. The warp ends or yarns are drawn through the from the cones to the reed. It is known as adjustable reed. So from the adjustable reed, and then it is wound onto the warper's beam. So this is a clear picture of beam warping machine. Here you observe the rectangular creel. Here you observe the rectangular creel, and from each cone, before coming out of the cone, the warp yarn passes through thread guide and tensioning devices, and then through the reed it passes to the warper's beam. Here you can see the worker is present there. What is the use of the worker here? So in case of any breakages of the warp yarns or thread guides or tensioning devices or reed breakages, then the worker mends the breakage and then ties the breakage, mends the breakage, and then the machine is restarted. So the worker or operator is present for the smooth running of the beam warping machine. This is another picture of the beam warping machine. So here also you can see the white colored portion which is known as actual warp, and you can observe the flanges and also rectangular creel and the control devices where the panel is there, where the control unit panel, push button control systems, those are present on the machine. And this is another picture of beam warping machine. So coming to beam warping machine construction, we know that woven fabric is made by two sets of yarn, warp and weft. Warp yarns run with along the length of the fabric, and weft yarns go across the width of the fabric. Warping is the preparation of yarn to weave fabric. It is the transfer of many yarns from the creel of single packages to a beam known as warper's beam. So I will explain this one more time. You all know that woven fabric is made by warp and weft. What is the woven fabric? That is woven from the loom. It is made up of two sets of yarns, warp and weft. What is warp? The longitudinal, the simply said, the lengthwise yarn is known as warp, and the crosswise yarn is known as weft. Lengthwise yarn is known as warp or ends, and crosswise yarns are known as weft or picks. That's what here said also. Warp yarns run with along the length of the fabric, and weft yarns go across the width of the fabric. So that's what I told you just now. The lengthwise yarn is known as warp, and crosswise yarn or the yarns that go across the width of the fabric is known as weft. So warp yarns run with along the length of the fabric, and weft yarns go across the width of the fabric. Warping is the preparation of, so that is the definition of warp. Warp is different from warping. Warp is a noun, warping is a verb, it is an action. So warping is the preparation of yarn to weave fabric. So what is warping? Here you observe, it is the preparation of yarn to weave fabric. It is the transfer of many yarns from the creel of single packages to a beam. You have already seen in the diagram, from the V creel or rectangular creel or magazine creel, the many yarns are transferred from the creel from the single packages. All the packages are single, cones are separated on the creel, and that's why he is saying they are single packages. So from the each cone one warp end comes, and similarly generally in V creel around 256 cones are present, and 256 or 512 cones are present in one creel. So in one creel 512 yarns are present, warp ends are present. 512 warp yarns are passed through, each is passed through its own tensioning guide and thread guide, tensioning device and thread guide, and then they are transferred. All these 512, they are called as many yarns. Here they are called, what does it mean many yarns? Number of yarns are more. So what does it mean by number of yarns are more? They are 512 yarns. These 512 yarns from excuse me, from 512 cones from the creel pass through and form a beam. So this is the construction of the beam warping machine. Next, the yarns will form a parallel sheet of yarn wound onto the beam. The basic objective of warping is to build a package where warp yarn ends, where yarn ends or warp yarn ends remain in a uniformly set parallel and continuous form, and thereby to accelerate the next process, either sizing or drawing in. So beautifully written, explained. So please listen carefully. The yarns will form a parallel sheet of yarn wound onto the beam. The 512 yarns that are coming from cones from the creel, they form a parallel sheet of yarn. They don't entangle with each other. They do not entangle with each other. They form a parallel sheet of yarn and they are wound onto the beam. The basic objective of warping is to build a package where yarn ends. What is the objective? To build a package. What is the package? Warp beam, weaver's beam, warper's beam, where yarn ends remain in uniformly set parallel and continuous form. The 512 warp yarns are uniformly set like in a parallel position and also in continuous form, and thereby to accelerate the next process of sizing or drawing in. I told you drawing in is the one of the beaming in operation or looming in operation, and or sizing to apply starch or size paste to the yarn is known as sizing. So the next process, what is the next process after warping? The next process after warping is sizing or drawing in. So what is the objective of the warping? The yarns will form a parallel sheet of yarn wound onto the beam. So the yarns that are 512 yarns from the cones from the creel, they will form a parallel. I hope you all know what is parallel sheet of yarn. Suppose the train track is there. The train track, the two lines of the track are parallel to each other. They never intersect with each other. So that is known as parallel sheet of yarn wound onto the beam. The basic objective of warping is to build a package where warp yarn ends remain in uniformly set parallel and continuous form. They are set in a parallel and continuous form, and thereby to accelerate the next process. What is the use of the parallel maintenance? Because it will accelerate the next process, which is either sizing or drawing in. The similar thing is, so some more points are here given. Please go through it. The main objective of warping is to prepare a warp sheet of desired length containing a desired number of yarns that are wrapped in a flanged barrel in such a manner that tension in each yarn and density of yarn mass in the cylindrical assembly are maintained within a given tolerance level throughout the wrapping of the warp beam. So it is said very exceptionally well. So please, it is a continuous sentence where there is no comma, so it is a continuous one sentence. So please observe again. The main objective of warping is to prepare a warp sheet of desired length. We have to prepare a warp sheet of desired length containing a desired number of yarns, 512 or 1024 or 256, not 256, generally 500 to 1000 will be there. So 1024 or 512 or any number containing a desired number of yarns that are wrapped on a flanged barrel. These yarns are wrapped on a flanged barrel. Barrel means beam. In such a manner, the tension in each yarn that tension in each yarn and density of yarn mass in the cylindrical assembly, so tension in each yarn is maintained uniformly. The tension should be uniform throughout the build of the warping beam. Similarly, density of yarn mass in the cylindrical assembly means, so the warp beam looks like a cylinder, so it's a round shape, cylindrical shape, that's why he's saying cylindrical assembly are maintained excuse me, are maintained within a given tolerance level. So there should be some tolerance level, the density, not too much tolerance level. So in points, 0.3 point, suppose the density at one point is 3.1, the next is 3.001 or 3.101, so something like that. So not much tolerance is given, still there is a tolerance level throughout the wrapping of the warp beam. So please observe, the main objective of warping is to prepare a warp sheet of desired length. Desired length please observe, desired length means 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 5 kilometers, the length of the warp yarn containing a desired number of yarns. So each yarn, that means 512 yarns, each will have 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers of warp yarn that are wrapped on a flanged barrel in such a manner that tension in each yarn is maintained properly and correctly throughout the build of the package, and density should be maintained within tolerance levels throughout the wrapping of the warp beam. By warping process, yarn quality increases. Wound up fixed length of yarn on weaver's beam increases the weavability of yarn. In this process, small packages can be reused. The process of warping is dedicated to the conversion of cones into a beam of given specifications. This is some simple definition. The process of warping is defined as the conversion of cones into the beam of given specifications. into the beam of given specifications. So this is the beam warping machine. And when the yarns are drawn from single packages on the creel directly onto the beam, then it is called direct warping. It is also called high speed warping or beam warping. Direct warping is used to make smaller beams which are combined later in slasher sizing machine to produce the weaver's beam. So here you observe, when the yarns are drawn from single packages on the creel directly onto the beam, they are directly wound onto the beam, then it is called direct warping. Direct warping, and it is also called as high speed warping because the speed is higher, and or it can also be called as beam warping. Direct warping is used to make smaller beams. Small beams are prepared with the help of direct warping, which are combined. These small warp beams are combined later in sizing machine to produce weaver's beam. That is the purpose. We have to produce weaver's beam. To produce weaver's beam, for that we produce warper beam, and then these warper beams are sized, and then a weaver's beam is produced, and these weaver's beam are placed on loom, that is known as looming in operation. Direct warping is used to manufacture towels that will be dyed or fully bleached during wet processing. Modern beam warping machines have creels with movable trolleys. The trolleys are movable so that cones can be creeled in reserve when one set is working on the machine. So modern beam warping machines have creels with movable trolleys, like we have airport bags and luggages with trolley. You can drag them on the floor. Similarly, these creels can be movable. Why they are made movable? So that cones can be creeled in reserve. So I told you about magazine creels. So that's what we are talking about here. The cones can be creeled in reserve when one set is working on the machine. When one set is working on the machine and the other set is getting ready, and then it is moved from that side to this side, and then it is placed in the position, and then warping is continued continuously. So these creels you have already seen. This is V creel, this is rectangular creel, and this is magazine creel. Now please see the video.
Here is a warping machine along with the creel, on which there are two platforms, each platform carrying the 80 cones, 80. These are the cones, and cones are unwound and threads are going individual from one thread from one cone. 80 threads are going here, and from down another 80 threads are coming here, and they are passing through these small holes, and then it is called in Gujarati language Fani, F-A-N-I. And then second one passes from the second one, and then I will passing through the very small third one also, and strap of the 160 threads is being wound up on the warping machine. So this is just a beginning, only one strap has been wound, now second strap is being wound. This entire machine is driven by 2 horsepower electric motor. This entire set of machines will go to the West Africa, Burkina Faso. Mr. Kindo is the owner who has purchased this equipment along with 35 solar looms. So all this machine will be dismantled into individual components, and then it will be loaded into a 40-feet container along with 35 looms. That will be, looms also will be in a CKD condition, completely knocked down condition. Here is the warping machine on which straps of 160 threads are being wound. Here is the strap of 160 threads. 160 threads are coming from the creel on which 160 cones have been arranged. So all the threads are going up, and then from this one coming horizontal, and then comes to down, and then goes to the warping machine. Similarly, at the bottom platform also 80 cones are there. 80 cones are thread of
Those are
80
thread
threads
guides.
from
The
each
pink
thread.
colored things are
Each
red
cone is
thread
coming
guides.
from this one, and then going to here, lower part, and then goes to warping machine. So this is the system of warping machine. શું કરવા છે એવું કટ કરવું જ પડે કેમ એનું માપ શું ભાઈ આમ તમારે આમ કેટલું ફેરવવું પડે
ઘરે કામ નથી આપતી આવી
હા
રિંગ મૂકી છે ઘરે એ બહુ ટાઈટ પડે
હા
હા એને ફ્રી કરવી પડે
છે
પછી અને
છે
રિંગ મૂકી
રિંગ
આ ક્યારેક ક્યારેક બંધ થઈ જાય
બરાબર એટલે એટલે અહીંયા તમે દોરો બાંધ્યો છે ત્યાં સુધીના કેટલા થાય છે 150 મીટર થાય છે એટલે આ 150 આટા તો નથી પણ 50 આટા એટલે 150 આટા એટલે
તરી આટા
So final beam winding will not take much time. We can go up to 200 meter or 150 meter as per the strap wound on the big cylinder, warping cylinder.
So dear students, we have completed today beam warping machine. Thank you.